Maybe parts themselves growing.
Cheers.
Oh, yeah.
They hate it. They get it.
I'll text you with it on.
Okay.
You got it. No, so.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the July 18th, 2024 Post Commission meeting. We'll hope all the commissioners have had an opportunity to look at the agenda. If so, I'll entertain a motion to accept.
So moved.
Do I have a second. I have a motion and a second. Be sure the recorder gets your name and you identify yourself when you make a motion. Second, thank you. All in favor of the motion to approve the agenda, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Roll call.
Commissioner Beverly,
Here.
Commissioner Green,
Here.
Commissioner Halsey, Commissioner Jackson, Commissioner Jeffers,
Here.
Commissioner Parton,
Here.
Commissioner Russell,
Here.
Commissioner Spangler,
Here.
Commissioner Wilbur,
Here.
Commissioner Wright,
Here.
Vice Chair Carter,
Here.
and Chairman Faulkner.
Here.
Madam Chair, you have a quorum.
Excellent. If we can have our disclaimer.
All post commissioners have previously agreed to recuse themselves from any vote that would constitute a conflict of interest. The most obvious of these will include issues that involve our own departments or some we know personally. Because we have already agreed to this, it should be noted that on routine matters, it will be assumed non-verbally that these commissioners have abstained from that vote. And bigger, more controversial issues that may have a more overt conflict of interest, it may have an appearance of propriety. These applicable commissioners will still verbally abstain from those votes.
Thank you. If you've had the opportunity to look over the minutes, I'll entertain a motion to approve or disapprove.
Commissioner Wright, motion to approve.
And a second.
Commissioner Spangler, second.
Thank you. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. Minutes are approved. Any decertification subcommittee hearing information?
Yes, Madam Chair. The informal subcommittee yesterday heard and voted on the following matters. In the matter of Shelby County, Joshua Madison, they vote for a default decertification. In the matter of the Tennessee Department of Safety, Dakota Bromley, they agreed to accept a signed agreed order of suspension. In the matter of Cody Oliphant, the Metro Nashville Police Department, I believe that he agreed to sign and submit an agreed order of suspension. Legal's working with them on that, and they've accepted that. In the matter of the Memphis Police Department, Montarian Malone, they voted to agree to accept the agreed order of suspension. In the matter of Memphis Police Department, Marquavius Williams, they voted to accept the agreed order of suspension. In the matter of Brian Schock from the Van Buren County Sheriff's Office, they voted for a decertification.
Do we have a motion to approve or disapprove the report on decertification?
Commissioner Green, motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
Carter, second.
Thank you. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. The motion carries. Okay, appearing before the commission, waivers for pre-employment.
The Chattanooga Police Department requests for reconsideration of a criminal waiver for Jeremy Chad Yates, hired July 8th, 2016. In December of 2021, Mr. Yates was charged with driving under the influence in Hamilton County, Tennessee. In November of 2022, Mr. Yates pled guilty and was convicted of the charge. Mr. Yates has since satisfied all court-ordered sentencing fines and fees. We have a representative of the Chattanooga Police Department. Yes. If you could just step to the podium, please, and identify yourself.
I'm Major J. Evan Montgomery, the Major over Neighborhood Policing and Patrol, Uniform Patrol Division. I represent the Chattanooga Police Department.
Thank you, Major. And who do you have with you?
I'm Sergeant Randy Ralston. I presently serve on the audit production.
And who else?
It's me, Mr. Yates, and I'm Jack Bird, his counsel.
So who's going to speak to this particular request for waiver?
Go ahead, Mike.
I'd just like to say the stance of the Chattanooga Police Department officially is that we request his reinstatement and would like to have him back on the police department working on the streets.
Mr. Yates, do you have anything you want to say?
I'll say, I know I made a mistake. I've taken action to correct that. Since this incident, I've been sober, so since then. And, I love my job, I love this career. I just pray that you guys can give me a second chance.
If I may, Commissioners, one thing that should be pointed out is that Mr. Yates did undertake on his own behalf a 6-week inpatient treatment program shortly after this. He did seek out that treatment. This incident did occur in 2021. He's been sober since then. He's been maintaining employment, working hard to get back into the job that he loves and wants to maintain. We're asking that you recertify him and let him get back to work serving the people of Chattanooga.
Were you involved in a crash or anything?
Yes,
And what was the outcome of that? Were you injured?
it was minor injuries.
You have your driver's license back?
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody have any questions on the commission? Have you appeared before us before? You said.
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Carter.
Good morning. How long ago was it that you were up here, sir? Has it been over a year?
Not the last time I was here was in February.
This past February?
Yes, sir.
I remember vividly of you being here and you explained all the things that you had went through and a lot of the programs and that your attorney spoke of. I was just trying to remember how long it had been. What have you been doing since the incident? Are you still employed as a Chattanooga city employee in another department or something?
I still work for the Chattanooga Police Department in a modified assignment. I work presently with compiling data for domestic violence, mortality assessment program. Not with any enforcement duties, of course. I've been doing that. My disciplinary was for 1 year of the modified assignment. I think that the administration didn't anticipate that the post would take longer. So I've kind of been stuck in that position. So waiting for this to be able to go back.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, please.
This is Commissioner Wright. Mr. Yates, this would actually be the third time you've been here, correct?
Yes, sir.
Looks like once in December and then again in February.
Yes, sir.
Just so my stance of where I'm at, I try to be fair to everybody, fair and consistent with everybody that comes before me when I'm here. And I'm generally about 10 years from a DUI before I start to reconsider that, because I mean, DUI is a very serious offense, especially for to be in and then try to get back going into law enforcement side. That's kind of where I sit. I think that's where a lot of members said is not necessarily on a 10-year period, but definitely longer than since November of 22. That's actually when he was convicted of it, I believe. It happened December of 21.
Yes, sir.
With that, I don't have any.
Thank you. And
Madam Chair, I have a question. Commissioner Wilbur, Major, if we do the waiver, would he be doing traffic stops and DUIs and be testifying at trial on DUIs?
If the waiver got approved, he would be back on patrol and he would have the responsibility of doing all the activities that a normal patrol officer would be doing, yes.
So every criminal defense attorney would make note that he has a DUI when he's on the stand.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
And you're okay with that?
Yes, ma'am.
is Commissioner Carter.
Commissioner Carter, I've got a question for the counselor. Did I miss something here? I heard you use the word recertify.
I may have misspoke, Commissioner, on that. I think that yours was in a suspended status. Is that correct? Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. All right, thank you. Just want to clarify that.
But for clarification, the commission has not taken action against this certification. What makes him ineligible to work in law enforcement is that he has a disqualifying criminal offense on his criminal history that prevents him from being a certified officer in the state.
Any questions?
Commissioner Green, Mr. Yates, I noticed your certificate on the chemical dependency program was September of 23. So you went to get treatment after you were found guilty on the DUI, not after you were arrested for DUI?
No, sir. I checked into Warriors Heart in Bandera, Texas. I think I left December 21st of 20.
So as soon as you were arrested, you entered the program?
After I was arrested, yes, sir.
Thank you.
Any further questions or comments?
Commissioner Wright, for clarification, you were officer at the time of the incident, correct?
Yes, sir.
Commissioner Jeffers, I've got just one question. I guess it might be best for your legal counsel on this one. Considering it was a DUI with injuries involved and it was involved another party, has anybody reached out to the victim, I guess, or the other party involved in the accident and kind of got any of their thoughts and feelings on this type of situation, you know, considering, you know, is a police officer involved and kind of saying, you know, if do they feel like all has been forgiven or, you know, kind of that kind of situation?
His counsel that represented him for that incident is here also, and she can speak to that.
Please identify yourself.
Thank you. I'm Janie Varnell. I'm a criminal defense attorney, but I'm also an FOP attorney, and I represented Jeremy Yates in the criminal case as well as with his employment with the Chattanooga Police Department. The victim in the accident appeared in General Sessions Court initially, and he indicated that he was agreeable to the resolution of the criminal case. He was agreeable to Mr. Yates eventually returning to the Chattanooga Police Department in his official capacity as a law enforcement officer. He was appreciative to the remorse that Mr. Yates showed immediately when he appeared in court. And so he was agreeable to Mr. Yates returning back to work.
Thank you.
And if I may add, Commissioner, the injuries were primarily to Mr. Yates. He had to have some surgery and some other things associated with that. So the injuries were primarily to him.
Further questions? Do we have a motion?
This is Commissioner Wright. I guess we're gonna make a motion one way or the other and kind of just see where it winds up falling, but I think it's pretty obvious where my stance is. I thank you for your sobriety that you've done since then, and I wish you continued success with that, but I'll have to make a motion to deny the request.
Commissioner Green, second.
All right, we have a motion to disapprove and a second. All in favor of the motion, say aye. Any opposed? Okay, motion was disapproved.
Chattanooga, Sirs, Major, excuse me. Guys, I understand the position y'all are in, that you can help. And it seems like y'all have a lot of faith in this man, and give it some time, sir. Keep your job, keep your head up. It is a serious matter, but you know, you've been back here a couple of times, and you've heard the comments from these commissioners about where their stance is, and DUIs, domestics, mental health is a stance in law enforcement that is looked at very seriously. But just keep going, and you know, you're still affiliated with the department, and I know this is your third trip. You know, just kind of, you know, study along for a while Okay. Thank you for coming.
Next,
Matter of the Franklin Police Department, they request a criminal record waiver for Travis Thomas Whitehall, hired June 10, 2024. In July of 2016, Mr. Whitehall pled guilty and was convicted of civil possession in Lincoln County, Tennessee. In November of 2016, Mr. Whitehall was charged with violation of probation. Mr. Whitehall has since satisfied all court-ordered sentencing, fines, and fees.
Good morning. My name is Mike Stevens. I'm the sergeant for Franklin Police Department. I'm the general department instructor, and this is Mr. Travis Whitehall.
tell us what we need to know about this, Sergeant.
Yes, ma'am. So Mr. Whitehall, when he was 21 years of age, back in June of 2016, with three friends, was going kayaking up from Alabama, driving up to Tennessee, was stopped in the afternoon by a Lincoln County deputy sergeant. He was cited for 53 miles per hour in a 45 mile per hour zone, and his right brake light was inoperable. During that course, basically the sergeant said, "I smell marijuana." Mr. Whitehall agreed to that and then presented the marijuana to him. He was then cited with misdemeanor cites for that and drug paraphernalia. Mr. Whitehall appeared before the Lincoln County General Sessions Court on July 6, 2016. Immediately pled guilty to the simple possession. The other charges were dismissed. He was given probation of 1129, served 48 hours in jail, and a little over $1,000 in costs. During that time, though, in November 30th, he did fail a urinalysis during his probation. So went before the General Sessions again, December of 2016, and was given another 40 hours in jail and a 3-month extension to his probation. After that period in his life in 2018, Mr. Whitehall did join the United States Army active duty. First going to Fort Carson, Colorado as an infantryman. After 2.5 years, he re-enlisted to go to Fort Campbell and serve with the 101st till 2024, where he's given an honorable discharge. His DD 214 shows he was a sergeant in the infantry, was awarded the Air Assault Badge, received medals for achievement, and was deployed overseas twice. I would just like to say is once, as being a former sergeant in the 101st, being a rapid deployment unit, I also worked as a drug and alcohol institute up there in my company. I know that urinalysis come very random from the company, as well as battalion, brigade, and division being rapid deployment. They don't play around with that. None of his military records, which was also investigated by Detective Leanne Hester, who is a current first sergeant in her reserve unit, that found nothing in his military records show that there's any problems with any kind of narcotics or any kind of drugs. And speaking to his references, all of them said that he was very steady, accountable for his actions, always on time, got things done. He was the top 3 of the 16 team leaders in his platoon. We can go on and on with that, but everybody from the military gave him good recommendations, as well as his ex-wife and as well as his neighbor right now that he has. I guess he does a lot with the neighbors there and taking care of them and helping them out where he lives at as well. And the 4 weeks that I've had with him right now, he's always early to work. He's always one of the first ones there, holds himself accountable, and he's somebody I can trust. Now, I've only known him for 4 weeks, of course, but in that time, he showed me nothing but what I would consider a changed man from what I've seen when he was 21. With that, Whitehall.
Good morning, I'm Travis Whitehall. I just wanted to say that I have changed. You know, I was young and dumb. Might be 21, but honestly still a kid, just not making the correct decisions. I realized that I didn't want that for my life. That's not how I was raised. That's not who I wanted to be. And I felt like I made necessary decisions to change my life. And I've never been the same person since that day. And just try to continue to be better every day.
Questions from the commissioners?
Commissioner Russell, Mr. Whitehall, what are you doing now?
Right now, sir, I'm training with the Franklin Police Department. Assuming everything goes well, I'll be going to the academy starting next week. So just trying to learn, soak up the job, and like I said, just trying to continue to better myself and stay focused and excel in this career.
Normally, I'll usually wait for 10 years out also before I vote for this waivers, but due to the fact for the honorable discharge, I'm going to vote for the approval of this. So thank you for your service to our country.
Thanks, sir.
Yes, Commissioner.
Commissioner Carter, in reference to your simple possession charge, what particular drug was it charged with?
It was marijuana, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions or comments?
Russell, motion to approve.
Do we have a second?
Commissioner Jeffers, second.
Let the record show that I'm recusing myself. All in favor of the motion, say aye. Any opposed?
No.
Motion is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Matter of the Red Bank Police Department, they request a criminal record waiver for J.C. Neal. In September of 2014, Ms. Neal was charged with liquor possession in Provo, Utah. In October of 2014, Ms. Neal pled guilty and was convicted of the charge. Ms. Neal has since satisfied all court order sentencing, fines, and fees.
Yes, you're here with the Red Bank Police Department.
Yes, Chief Dan Seymour. To my far left is our GDI, Dan Alberg. This is his first time appearing before the Postal Commission, just kind of bringing him along, showing him the ropes, so they don't have to in the future, but glad to be here. Also, our applicant, J.C. Neal. We're here today to ask you for a pre-employment waiver regarding a drinking underage offense that occurred in 2014, excuse me, a little further. So about 2014, happened in another state. She satisfied all those requirements on the arrest. This stemmed from she attended a college party. She was a passenger in a vehicle. The vehicle ended up being in a crash. Her driver in the vehicle was sober. The driver of the other vehicle was the one that was intoxicated. Police were very close. They came and basically gave everybody a breathalyzer test at the scene and then cited her, cited release for the drinking underage. There wasn't any issues with her demeanor or anything like that, or a disorder or a fight that occurred to call the police to come in. Since she's applied with us, we've already done a background investigation on her. There has not been any other arrests on her record whatsoever. Her previous employers and references, of course, have all spoken very well of her. She had served in the Tennessee National Guard as well. I think her time was up on that, so she's no longer active in that. Anything you want to say?
Good afternoon or good morning still. I guess similar to our last applicant, I had just barely turned 18 when this incident occurred. It was my first weekend out of college and I made a very stupid mistake. Made something I shouldn't have, had a drink I should not have had. And since then I have definitely learned from that. I actually no longer drink, not because of this, just I've seen it wreck too many people's lives from my time in the military. And I appreciate your consideration.
Questions?
Commissioner Wright, for clarification, are you still in the military or are you out at this time?
No, sir, my enlistment ended in October 2019.
And what was the status of that?
Honorably, sir.
Commissioner Wright, I'll make a motion to approve. Commissioner Beverly, second.
All right, we have a motion to approve and a second. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. The motion carries. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Waivers to attend another academy. The Kingsport Police Department requests waiver to change academies for Joshua Russell McDonald. Hired July 3rd of 2024. In March of 2021, Mr. McDonald attended the Blount County Sheriff's Office Regional Training Academy, but did not complete due to military deployment and resigning employment. The agency is requesting the waivers so that he may attend Walter State Regional Law Enforcement Training Academy.
Martin, motion to approve.
Russell, second.
Yes, can we get the people from Kingsport to identify themselves for the record? I see you online.
Sergeant David Johnson. I'm the GDI at Kingsport Police Department. And beside me is Joshua McDonald.
Appreciate you being online today. Did you hear the motion that we, motion to approve?
Yes.
We need to take a vote. Let's take a vote. Motion to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, the motion carried. Thank you, Kingsport.
Thank you.
Metro Nashville Airport Department of Public Safety. Request for waiver to change academies for Bailey H. Lee, hired June seventeenth of 2024. In November of 23, Mr. Lee attended the Metro Nashville Police Training Academy, but did not complete due to an injury and resigning employment. Metro Nashville Airport is requesting the waiver so that he may attend the Tennessee Law Enforcement Training Academy of Blount County in January of 2025 due to class availability. The agency is also requesting a 6-month waiver to accompany this request.
Barton, motion to approve.
Let's let them identify themselves.
I'm Sergeant Nicholas Lee Barons, with the airport. I'm in the law enforcement training division at our department. I sent an email. We need to actually change the academy he's going to again. We were going to do Toledo, but we actually got word on Wednesday afternoon that he could attend the Blount County Academy on August 12th. If approved. I said I have the form with me, and I had also sent it in an email. So if you
It was in there, so Toledo or Blunt, so that's fine.
All right, so we have a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Spanker, second.
All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. All right, the motion carries. Thank you and good luck.
And I have one more thing I'd like to bring up. We have on the 6-month waiver list, we have 2 officers as well, Farhad Ramazan and Justin Linden. Those will be attending the Blount County as well, so we actually did not need the 6-month waiver on them either. We got that same stay.
They're later on in the, so Justin McClendon, Rod Ramzan, you will not.
We do not need
those
those
6-month
waivers because they're going to be attending starting middle of next month.
Do we need a motion to strike those from the agenda or?
We can just give them when we do it.
Are you saying this?
Oh, I hadn't even, there wasn't a
Oh, okay.
necessarily.
He jumped ahead to the top of page 5. We just want to make sure. Whether we need to make a motion.
We can make a motion to take no action.
That's fine.
Okay. All in favor of the motion, say aye. Anybody disapprove that? Probably need a second.
Commissioner Wright.
Okay. Got it. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
You all squared away now? This was Sumner County.
Yes, the Sumner County Sheriff's Department requested this morning that this waiver be moved to next month if the commissioner approves.
Are you on Sumner County?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, please identify yourself for the record.
I'm Eddie Cripps, Lieutenant with the Sumner County Sheriff's Office in the Office of Professional Accountability. I have Officer William Grundy with me here.
All right, and you're wanting to change academies, is that right?
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
Anybody have any questions? Do we have a motion?
Did I hear you say you wanted to continue it to next month?
Yeah, their agency called and asked for this to be continued. Are you wanting to proceed with the waiver request or do you need to be rescheduled?
Well, we'd like to reschedule if at all possible, please.
Okay. We still need a motion to move it, right? Okay.
Motion to continue to next month.
Russell, second.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay. Administrative waivers, we got Brian. Waivers of the 6 months rule.
6 months waivers. Hamilton County Sheriff's Office requests a 6-month waiver for Connor James Pate, hired September 18th of 2023. Mr. Pate was unable to begin training due to class availability. Mr. Pate is scheduled to attend the next available class at Walter State Law Enforcement Training Academy.
Is anyone from Hamilton County online?
Barton, make a motion to approve.
Russell, second.
All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Skip over Metro Nashville and Murfreesboro Police Department requests 6 months waivers for the following officers: Kyle Robert Giardini, Dylan Brian Montgomery, Jonathan Scott Nicholson. They are all scheduled to attend the Tennessee Law Enforcement Training Academy in September of 2024.
Don't see anyone from Murfreesboro Police Department online.
Russell, motion to approve.
Barton, second.
All right, all in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion carries. Moves the County Sheriff's Office.
Williamson County Sheriff's Office requests a 6-month waiver for Bryson Chase Lee Karaszewski, hired July 1st, 2024. He is unable to begin training due to internal employee disciplinary action. He is scheduled to attend the Tennessee Law Enforcement Training Academy in January of 2025.
I don't see Williamson County online.
Did they say, he's already got disciplinary actions before he's going to the academy?
But they didn't, I don't believe they got into much detail as to what it was, but that's what they sent it, yes.
Motion to disapprove until we can get an explanation.
Russell second.
All in favor of the motion to disapprove, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Consent agenda.
The commissioners haven't had the chance to review the matters in the consent agenda. We all meet the post requirements, and we just need a motion as to whether or not to accept the consent agenda.
Board makes a motion to accept all items contained within the consent agenda.
We have a second.
Commissioner Wright, second.
All right, all in favor of the motion to approve, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. And
On old business, we have a request to appeal a decertification. The commission to reconsider a request to appeal a decertification request of Orlando Faison. He had appeared before that matter was put on the informal agenda a few months ago. There was a default hearing due to a mix-up with the attorney. The commission voted the default decertification. Once the attorney was notified, he's asked to come back before the commission to address the commission concerning that default decertification. If you would just identify yourself with the commission, please.
Yes, sir. My name is John Perry, and I'm here along with my client, Mr. Orlando Faison. If I can go forward, I would like to just address the first thing is to say, as I heard a young man say this morning, I made a mistake, big mistake. I had another matter that was set before the commission on the same day, during the same week rather. And when my office was notified regarding the fact that I don't think the commission was going to meet on the date that that gentleman was set, I contacted Mr. and his name is Mr. Ashton Smith. I contacted Mr. Smith as well as Mr. Faison and said that the commission won't be meeting during that week in February. And based on that, we didn't show. And so I apologize to the commission because if I had paid attention and said that, and to see whether or not his matter was going to need to be reset, I would have known that. I was trying to be proactive once I heard that there would not be a meeting regarding the other and just did not double check that issue. And it's my fault. And I would ask that he be allowed to be reset off the agendas.
And to confirm, Mr. Perry, thank you. We do have a case together with another individual. So just verify what you stated.
Mark, make a motion to reset back on the informal agenda.
wait a second.
Commissioner Beverly, second.
All in favor of the motion to reset, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Motion carries. It will be reset, sir.
Thank you. May I be excused?
Yeah, counsel, our investigator Creed will get with you and we'll get with you about scheduling that for an informal hearing and we'll get that taken care of.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Brayden.
Well, we've got Cravens. So we've got new business items for discussion or agreed orders of suspension. Based on conduct alleged or otherwise constraints grounds for decertification. Request for decertification has been submitted for the employing agency from the following officers. Tyler Vandergriff Cravens, he has agreed to the suspension of his post certification and agreed order.
I have the agreed order from Mr. Cravens. The informal commission will remember coming to this agreement with his attorney last month. It's an agreed order for suspension pending litigation. He is currently under investigation, I believe, by the TBI this week.
It's out of Rutherford County. Yeah, correct.
But he's agreed to indefinitely suspend his certification. That would be reported to the NDI. And upon conclusion of that investigation, he would then reappear to seek next steps.
Commissioner Wright, make a motion to approve the agreed order.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Now, Mr. Green.
Right, William Douglas Gregg. Mr. Gregg has agreed to a suspension of his post certification. And I'll have legal kind of, there was some other details involved with that as well.
So in last month's informal meeting, Mr. Gregg agreed to sign that agreed order of suspension pending litigation based off of the TBI investigation. He did sign that order and we have it for the commission to approve today. However, in the interim, his pending investigation by the TBI has closed. And so he is effectively asking to go back to the end and actually get to have that.
Would you like to comment? So,
Yes, I'm Todd Hull. I'm an attorney out of Johnson City, representing Mr. Gregg, who I've known his entire law enforcement career. We actually worked together when I was a law enforcement officer. And because of the background noise, I didn't hear the entire commentary, but there is a letter from General Finney regarding the investigation. We also have a letter from Chief Reagan Tilson, who is submitting a packet for employment for Mr. Gregg. Should the commission set aside the agreed order and let him go back to work? That's what we're asking.
We agree. I would just like to go back to work because I made a mistake, accept my mistake. I promise you that nothing like that will ever happen again. I don't want to ever come back to this, be standing in front of this post commission.
Commissioner, for clarification, are we able to, is this just to move it, whether we're gonna move it back to informal or not? Or is this to treat it like an informal decision?
So he never had his informal because we put him into that agreed suspension. So this would be, the commission would decide whether to approve or deny the agreed suspension. If you deny it based off of their letter saying that now the suspension is, or now the investigation is closed, I think the proper to remove it back to the informal committee, and then you would have that informal hearing.
Have we got any letters or requests from the employing agency?
So I've reviewed the letter from both the district attorney's office, and the, I don't know about the new employing agency, I don't know if the attorney might have something.
I don't want the commissioner like to see it from Chief Tilson.
Who was the original employing agency?
Washington County Sheriff's Office,
And where are we applying for now?
Arlen Police Department.
I would request that this go back to the informal and I can hear from the former department for informal.
I'll second the
Make that in a motion.
so a motion and a second.
Yes.
All in favor of the motion to.
Before you vote, I did speak with Washington County this week. They don't wish to move forward. I asked them to appear today. Obviously, it was kind of last minute for them to call. So they obviously didn't make the trip. I explained to them that this commission has the ability to remand it back to the informal and that they would have to appear before the informal subcommittee to answer any questions as to why they want to not move forward with the decertification. But I just wanted to put that out there for you guys before you make your vote.
Commissioner Green, I've got a question too. Is the TBI investigations concluded? What were the original charges and what were the findings of TBI?
The letter, if you want me to read it, it's from General Finney to the TBI agent. Says after review of the case file and discussions with you concerning the above referenced matter, I'm requesting the investigation to be closed for the following reason. There's a paragraph about facts of the case, which was officers responding to a vandalism call, observed damage. It was a divorce situation. Wife had sent a text message to the husband concerning the damage. Officers made contact with the suspect, asked to speak to her. She was uncooperative. Officers ultimately arrested the individual. And for the record, her case is still pending in General Sessions Court. Investigator Greg made entry into the residence and made the arrest. And the last paragraph is based on my review, I see no criminal intent to commit a crime Therefore, there is no evidence to warrant criminal charges. I'm requesting this matter be closed. I appreciate the manner in which the investigation was handled. If any further information is needed, please do not hesitate to contact me. So basically did an internal investigation on Mr. Gray.
And the original charge was, well, what were they investigating him for? That was the question.
Whatever the internal investigation from the sheriff's department was, I'm assuming based on my conversation was how they went about making the arrest.
So misconduct?
I wouldn't say misconduct, it was.
I'm waiting for an answer.
Well, Doug may be able to answer it better, but it was a felony vandalism call, and there was allegations that there was not probable cause at the time to make the arrest.
So false arrest.
Yes.
Okay.
This Commissioner Wright, just to kind of bring everybody else up to speed, because I was on that informal. After 27 years of law enforcement, there was a serious lapse in judgment of what probable cause was. Made an entry into the house using, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, using a key lock, picked the lock. Went in, made the arrest. She was actually in the bathtub, kids in the house. And that was pretty much the synopsis.
And as stated, he got 27 years. Other than the letter of counseling in 2004, this is the only problem he's had since.
So your request is to lift the order of suspension on his post commission so he could go to work for another police department?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, has he gone through an entire process with that police department in order to notify post of?
It's my understanding from Chief Tilson yesterday that all they were waiting for was the fingerprints to come back and the packet would be complete and would be submitted this week.
Madam Chair.
Yes.
If I'm remembering the informal, he was already working at the time, and the department that employed him was aware of what Washington County was doing, and the chief of that department came up here to support him.
He's working as a police officer?
He was until the day we made the decision to enter in that temporary order of suspension.
Someone started to make a motion.
If I'm understanding, you said Washington County does not want to pursue this any further.
Correct. They called me yesterday and asked if they could just rescind the request of decertification. I explained to them that we always have the agency come down and do that in person, that Mr. Gregg was on the agenda for Friday, and I knew it was kind of last minute for them to make that drive here on a Friday. But the post commission would address the matter of the suspension today, and they could remand it back to the informal, at which time they would, if it does get remanded back to an informal, they would be required to come back and make that request in person. The post commission has always taken matters of decertification and criminal waivers in a pretty weighty, serious manner, and always wanted those folks to appear in person. So we told them that they would have to come make that request to you guys in person.
I'm a little skeptical, I guess. If this could be handled today, we know that they're wanting to rescind that request, keeping him out of work another month.
And that's totally up to the commission on how they want to move that forward. If you wish to move it back to an informal to have the agency appear, but if you already know how they feel and wish to address that matter today, that's how the commission wants to vote.
Commissioner Wright, if that's kind of the route we would go, I think it would be fair, just Mr. Gregg got up there and kind of explain the entire situation to everybody, or what we heard in the informal, we would be informed about the decision.
What bothers me is that he got up to that microphone and said he was guilty of what was going on and he was sorry for what happened. I have a problem with that. That was just he's got counsel here. His counsel should have had him shut up. And I can't help that a district attorney general didn't want to pursue it. TBI didn't want to pursue it. No agencies are here. But what the words that come out of that man's mouth, he was sorry for what he did. I will repeat it, quote, "I'm sorry for what I did." And I don't know what he's sorry for if there was nothing, if he didn't commit no crimes. So I've got a conflict with that statement. And I would advise his counsel that they probably need to come back for an informal, and he can use his Fifth Amendment rights today.
And this Commissioner Green, I would like to see Washington County come here and get on the record that they want to have it be, decertification rescinded as opposed to just a phone call.
So is the feeling of the commission to move it to our next full meeting or to the informal committee?
Madam Chair, this is Commissioner Parton. I'm gonna make a motion, go back with my intended motion that this be remanded back to start at the bottom for informal hearing and go through the process.
Commissioner Russell, second.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Do you?
No, I'm just gonna say, Madam Chair, just for the sake of what we have a motion and a second to send it to an informal, so who's going to proceed forward with that action, you'd have to wind up rescinding the motion for first and second or to do the other. Because currently you still got a motion on the floor for send it to an informal. So then you just got a motion to do something else. And then
I made the original motion as a point of order to rescind it back to the informal. If somebody wants to make a friendly amendment or whatever, but that's my stance on it. It needs to start at the bottom and run through the process. If the agencies don't show up, then they don't show up. If the District Attorney General of that district wants to come and stand with this man and the other agencies, then they need to get up here and do it. But for us to be sitting here in Nashville and then from Upper East Tennessee, and then something goes wrong up there and we're on Channel 10 News in Knoxville, which we're often on, I want to make sure that the dots are there and the T's are crossed in this matter, because there's something here that just doesn't make me feel good.
So, did you have something?
No, I'm sorry.
No, I just want to be sure to catch you.
No, I appreciate it.
All right, so is everybody clear on the motion and the second? You ready to vote? All right, all in favor of the motion, say aye. Any opposed?
Legal, do we need to address the order?
So if that motion to an informal passes or passed, then we would just need to decide whether to put this agreed order of suspension into effect until the informal, or whether to take no action on this agreed order of suspension.
Make a motion to take no action, everything stayed just like it was before they walked in here today.
Russell, second.
All in favor of that motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Does that satisfy all of the issues?
Yeah, so currently there would be no suspension. Because this has never been approved by the post commission.
Okay, so he can go back to work
He's
till,
not under suspension, but he'll have an informal next month.
But I think he's asking, can he go back to?
His post commission is currently active.
thank you.
All right, thank you. And the matter of Jeffrey Allen Jones.
Mayor Jeffrey Allen Jones, he agreed to a suspension of his post certification by signing an agreed order.
Mr. Jones has.
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry, Madam Chair. Mr. Jones has a pending litigation matter in Memphis. Tim Taylor is his attorney. It's relating to his employment at the Memphis Police Department. He's entered an agreed order of suspension for an indefinite amount of time that will be entered into the DI.
So we need a motion,
Commissioner Green, motion to approve.
second.
Commissioner Wright, second.
All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Matter of Blake from Whitlock, Ms. Whitlock has also agreed to the suspension of her post certification by signing an agreed order.
See, when here, so is there a motion to accept? Approved?
Beverly, motion to approve.
Okay, do we have a second?
Okay, Wilbur.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Audit report? None.
Yes, we have the 2024 audit inspection of the Knox County Sheriff's Office Regional Training Academy was conducted on March 20th, 2024. There were no findings and therefore we have no recommendations.
Commissioner Wright, motion to approve.
Or second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Bartlett, and I see Bartlett's on.
Bartlett Police Department requested 2023 salary supplement to be issued for the following officer who retired from the agency, was inadvertently left off the agency's salary supplement roster. James Kenneth Elliott did complete 40 hours of the mandated in-service training and should have been paid for his salary supplement from for last year.
Do we have a motion to accept?
Motion to accept, Martin.
And a second,
Russell, second.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? I see Bartlett PD's on. Are you there? Are you hearing us?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Yes, who are you, please?
My name is Eric Lepinen. I'm a chief inspector with the Bartlett Police Department.
We approved your request for, is it Officer Elliott?
Yes, that's correct.
All right. Thank you for staying online.
Thank you so much.
Monteagle,
Montague Police Department requests a 2023 salary supplement be issued for the following officer who was inadvertently left off the agency's roster. Officer Avery McGinnis completed 46 hours of the mandated in-service training for 2023 and should have received a salary supplement.
do we have a motion to approve? This is it.
Martin, motion to approve.
Do we have a second?
Russell, second.
All in favor of the motion to approve, say aye. Any opposed? Okay. Monteagle Police Department, I see you online. Could you identify yourself?
Yes, ma'am. This is Chief William Rayline.
All right, Chief. Did you hear that we approved Officer McGinnis's in-service payment?
Yes, Commissioner.
All right. Thank you for staying.
I don't believe we have anybody signed up for the public comments, and that would be the end of our agenda.
Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Second.
All right. All in favor, say aye.